What do you know? What do you know, nation? What's up with you guys? Really appreciate you all. Your boy, Randy Gregory has now put his paperwork in for reinstatement. Now we already know that that was the process of ongoing situation with the NFL, with the Dallas Cowboys, trying to figure out how they can appease the I guess the marijuana suspension. And lo and behold, Randy Gregory pretty much set out all last year. And we thought that he put his paperwork in. They said he didn't put in all of his paperwork. Now, all of a sudden, we getting all of the information for the nation as it relates to paperwork. Randy Gregory now done put his paperwork in. Now, I will say that there's some good stuff because we know for sure. We love what we can see with the Robert Quinns of the world. We love that. We do. Absolutely. There's nobody that can say otherwise. But at times when it was time for Robert Quinn to get his little rest, get his little spell on the sideline, the level of production for the backup just wasn't there. Dorrance Armstrong, shout out to him. It just wasn't there. Matter of fact, I'm with the belief now you can switch Dorrance Armstrong, DA, for those who don't know his nickname. You can probably put him on the other side, you see. And that probably would work out a whole lot better opposed to just having the rotation piece that they have currently. But I think that the whole philosophy, when you think about it, just look at it. Look at it from these angles. Think about this, Cowboy Nation. If David Irving gets back onto the scene, and I do know that David Irving, he's going to have to play himself back into shape. And then you add in the fact that Robert Quinn, if they figure out ways that the dollars make sense, if Robert Quinn can get back on, and then Randy Gregory, yeah, that would be a nice little NASCAR package to shoot up the gaps or hit the edge, get off in on the edge, bend the corner, and get to the quarterback. On top of the new philosophy as it relates to the big body inside. I don't know who we're going to get. I don't know whether or not they're going to re-sign McClain. Not McClain, Collins. I don't know if they're going to re-sign Collins. But I can say that they are negotiating and talking to his agent about his contract as well. Now, one thing that I can say, although Malik didn't beat the one-on-ones last season, he did create a lot of pressure. And who knows, it could be just philosophy of coaching. Not saying that if you can't learn anything from, dare I say, Papa Rob Marinelli, then you'd probably be in a bad shape or in a bad situation. But I can say this, Cowboy Nation, as we start to talk about this defense, and we already know we need more turnovers, takeaways, and we need somebody to take the ball away from the opposition. That comes from building the game from the outside, from the inside in. I'm talking about every bit of the guys that's on that front four. Ken Law, this is what my guy Terry's saying. Ken Law, we need, but we're going to draft Ruggs if available. Randy Moss type. Smaller Randy Moss, right? Here's the thing. We love Ruggs. In order for the Dallas Cowboys to draft Ruggs, you're going to have to make some offseason investment as it relates to free agency and seeing if this paperwork is going to get through and getting the defensive guys as it relates to free agency, if that makes any sense to you all. Because that's the only way that I think that they're going to draft an offensive guy in the first round. If they go and fill in the needs with free agency. Look at it from that angle. Fill in the needs for free agency during the off season through free agency. You got to do it that way, and then draft best player available. Can we trust Gregory? Greg Grimsley. Here's the thing: you can trust Gregory because the only reason why he was suspended because he had MJ. Him and MJ was in a relationship, and MJ just had a stronger control of the situation. Everybody been in one of those relationships where it's one-sided to a degree. Everybody's seen those type of relationships. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But MJ had a strong pull on him. And everybody fight there. Everybody got demons. Everybody got something that they can't just out battle, out mask. It's just that his particular demon, his particular transgressions was ill will with the NFL. Some can say that the NFL had a dinosauric type of philosophy as it relates to marijuana and these sort of things, but that was the only gripe with Randy Gregory, believe it or not. Now, David Irvin is a whole different situation because David Irvin, while he was even under the ability to still play, they said that he just didn't want to play. So that's a different animal. But Randy Gregory's situation, I could give Randy Gregory a pass. Believe it or not. And I ain't talking about puff, puff, give. You see, I can give Randy Gregory a pass on the situation because of the simple strength is that he was diagnosed with bipolar, of course, plants over pills. Of course, they said that, and I'm not saying that I'm a medical professional or doctor or what have you. I'm not giving anybody medical advice, but they said that the MJ help soothe and help I guess put your mind in the right mindset, you see. That's all I can say. What's up with you, man? David Irvin didn't want to play because he wanted to smoke. Now it doesn't matter now. This is from Zachariah. Ray Lewis. Shout out to you, man. Ray Lewis. Shout out to you. My thing is, he didn't want to play, but still, even when he could have played or what have you, I think it was like a high ankle sprain. It was a situation where he was available to play, but he just didn't work out. He didn't want to play. And then little old Cole Beasley, he had the same type of injury, who does more cutting, stopping, going, and these sort of things. And he was out there the next week. And we were sitting there saying like, hey, if Cole Beasley can get out there, what's up with David Irvin? You see. But yes, indeed, Ray Lewis is his real name. Laugh out loud. Shout out to you, Ray. My thing is, and shout out to everybody, man. I really appreciate you all. I rarely do intros like, hey, this is the Law Nation show, and my name is LAW Nation. I just go right into it. So for those who just not tuning in, Randy Gregory been reinstated. Well, not reinstated. He put his paperwork in to be reinstated. And one can look at this new collective bargain agreement. Like I said, I believe that the NFL players will cave in because somebody's going to cross that line. You got the XFL that's out there that's making $55,000, you see, a week or what have you, whatever it may be, as far as their salary, collective salary, or $55,000 for 10 weeks, whatever their salary is. And you got the NFL making millions of dollars. Don't you think that those boys going to sit there and say, yeah, I'll play for Dallas. Give me the numbers. I'll run out there. They'll cross that picket line. And then 60% of those are not making the amount of money that the veterans are making. I think it's 40% of the veterans in the NFL. And I think out of the 40% of the veterans, you can really look at probably 10 or 15% of them be willing to look at it like, man, shoot, I've got to pick this paper up, man. I got too many baby mamas out here, man. I got to pick this check up, man. I got too many business ventures out here. I got too many people depending on me. I got too many uncles, cousin, Pookie, and Ray Ray and them, man, depending on me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go ahead and play. On top of that, it's more money anyway. You know, I think that they're eventually going to cave in. And the way that Jerry Wayne Jones broke it down last night on his show, go check it out. When Jerry Jones was talking about the salary cap and how the new CBA is beneficial to their, I say, the younger crowd, 9 times out of 10, it's going to get signed. What's up? What's up with you, Danny? So that's good news for me because I like Randy Gregory, and I know my guy, Big Game James, everything else remained the same. Go check out his YouTube page and Facebook page. I can't wait to him to say, man, that band, that D band. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it PG-13. But Randy Gregory, what's the over-under for you all? Do you guys think that Randy Gregory will be reinstated in time enough for training camp? Because the one thing that we don't want to happen, and I'm going to say this very slowly, the one thing that we don't want to happen is Randy Gregory at the NFL fiddle-faddling around, poo-pooing around, and it gets to around what? Preseason 3, preseason 4, And they pick up the phone and say, Randy Gregory, are you ready? Are you ready? Put the blunt down. Come on. Let's play football now. I don't want that to happen. No, 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 no. I want Randy Gregory to be out there doing Oxnard, you see, mandatory mini camp and all of that. I want Randy Gregory to be ready then so he can get into football shape and get to feeling, getting hit again and going out there hitting people. CT Cowboy, what's good with you, fam? Check out his YouTube page. I feel like times have passed on him. He's let Jerry and this fan base down too many times. This is from CT Cowboy. Shout out to you, Calvin Williams, as well. He'll be back in time. Yes. All right, so let me answer CT Cowboys because it's Q&A session time. I'm going to try to read your comments. CT Cowboy, I'm going to repeat. The only reason why Randy Gregory let us down is because of the NFL ruling. He had a bipolar situation. He's been diagnosed with that. I think that by them removing all of the suspension that's tagged on with the marijuana and they can just find him, I think that can offset itself. Now, David Irvin, if you're talking about him, I'm in the middle with David. But I think that if David can look at this situation and say, okay, it's a new scenery. We got Coach Red Ball out of here. I want to be able to stick it to Coach Red 2 times out of a year when we play against the Giants. On top of that, I can smoke my stuff. I'm ready to ball. I like it. I like it. I'm going to repeat. I like it. Matter of fact, I'm going to drink my coffee. That's how much I like it. I like it because I just thought about it. He'll be able to hit it back to Red Ball, Coach Red, because he's the offensive coordinator. I can't make this stuff up. That's good stuff. Coach Red is the offensive coordinator for the Giants. Shout out to Coach Red, but he's in opposition now. He's the opposition. So I would like for David Irvin to be back and be ready to go against Coach Red. You see, let me know if you guys feel the same, if your sentiments the same. But I will say with Randy Gregory, I like the fact that, hey, it's only a fine, which I believe that should have been the way in the first place. It's only a fine. Now, what do you call that stuff? What do you call that? Performance enhancement type of stuff? I think that should be a suspension worthy. When you're taking stuff to elevate yourself the cheap way, you know what I'm saying? Like my guy Tupac said, I made a G today, but you made it in this lazy way. You see, if you cheat in the system, hey, you know, I mean, that should be suspension worthy. But marijuana, a plant-based substance, you see, it's equivalent to somebody eating collard greens all day and then Popeye eating his spinach. And you sitting there saying, hey, he's only strong because he's eating that type of stuff. Let's ban that stuff. That's natural, you see. But all I can say is I like the new CBA from a fan perspective. Now, from a player perspective, I don't think that is a good deal. But the problem is the reason why they're going to cave is because money. Look, the good book, the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, right? But in that same sentence, if you continue to read that word, you will see down the line that it says money answereth all things. Y'all can, Bible Wiz can post the actual scripture numbers down below once this video has been posted. That's the reality of it. Money answereth all things. And these players, they're going to need some money. They're going to need that cash. Let me know if I'm lying. They're going to have to pay some things around here. Bought some stuff that they can't really afford and they got to pay on it. No doubt. This is CT Cowboy. What's good? He says, no doubt. It's not that bad, but when it's an adult can't abide by the rules issued, you know, I agree with what you said when you said the adult can't abide by the rules, but like I said, everybody got a hindrance. Everybody got some type of issues. And that his demons or his issues was MJ. It was MJ. It's kind of like a fat guy whose issues is eating cake and pies and cupcakes and Little Debbie. Take that away, you might still see him eating the Little Debbies. He said, hey, fat boy, what you eating the Little Debbie? You know, if I can make that analysis. And I know it's a poor analysis, but you guys get what I'm saying. Robert, what's going on? My opinion between Beasley and Irving, I would think that the injury would affect him more than the wide receiver. My thoughts are the wide receivers are more agility based, and yes, it affects you. But in a way, I believe that weight on his might be more extreme than usual. This is from Robert. Talking about the high ankle sprain opposed to a defensive tackle. I don't know, man. When you got to cut, you got to put your weight, you got to pivot, you got to sink your hips, you got to turn around. Then Cole Beasley, I think he's 173 pounds, light body. I think if you can just pluck his ankle, he will go down, opposed to David Irving. I don't know, but different people have different pain tolerance or different pain thresholds. For example, a woman can give birth. I don't think there's a man on this earth can give birth. They said it's like slamming your door in a car, slamming your toe in a car a door, or what did they say that pain is like? Y'all can post that down below too. I don't think, man, we can have the same pain threshold as a woman giving birth. You see, it's like crushing your bones for crying out loud. But I understand what you're saying. Law, these players, Marinelli guys, Gregory and Irving, were significant in their scheme. I can't read today. Charge it to hook on phonics. My thing is, I think that Randy Gregory coming out of college, he could have went into a 3-4 or 4-3 scheme. Far as David Irving, he was signed to the practice squad for the Chiefs, right? Coming out of college. I think at the time they was running a 3-4 scheme. I could be wrong. But both guys are interchangeable. They both can play in either system. Just like I compared David Irving or Ken Law more so to the David Irving type of situation. A guy that can do 2-gap, in-shoot gap, not the girthy guy, you know, or the biggest guy in the world, but they're a trim big, meaning that they're 6'6" and above, and they're still over 310. And they have this long weight, and they got these long limbs. And if you look at Ken Law's tape, you'll see that he does some similar things, just like David Irving. Can play shade to one, can play in between, shoot the B gap, can also play on the outer edges, and got those long arms or what have you. And also special team, blocking a few punts, blocking a few field goals. We saw David Irving do that as well. Draft best player available, back, baby. Ori, yeah. Look like McCarthy is making depths like the coach. I agree. Here's the thing with McCarthy before I roll up out of here, because I got to pick up the little one from daycare. Here's the little thing. Here is the thing. McCarthy came out the other day and he said, I believe in Dak Prescott. And I think that Dak Prescott can win a Super Bowl, basically. But we need the defense to get us there. So what he's saying in short, to paraphrase, Dak Prescott is worthy enough to win a Super Bowl, but let's get the defense there first to get us to the Super Bowl. And when I look back and I kind of like looked at his statement and I said, man, okay, all right. He's team Dak Prescott, or is this just PC talking? And then I look back at it and I say, you know what? The guy got a major point. There are more managing quarterbacks that won Super Bowls opposed to the Pat Mahomes of the world. I'm going to repeat, there's more quarterback managing of football that won the Super Bowl than, dare I say, the Pat Mahomes of the world. And even if you look at Pat Mahomes, just think about this. Don't crucify me upside down. Reverse crucifixion, Cowboy Nation. But what I'm saying, if you look at the bigger picture, if it wasn't for Chris Jones, if it wasn't for the defense taking the ball away, I don't think that Pat Mahomes have a Super Bowl ring. I don't think he will. I don't think he would have been able to have that Super Bowl ring. But if you look back at the historic data, you can say that, hey, teams won a Super Bowl with a Brad Johnson. Is Dak Prescott better than a Brad Johnson? Yes. Oh, teams won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. Is Trent Dilfer better than a Brad Johnson? And is Dak Prescott better than both of those guys? Yes. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Is Dak Prescott better than a Joe Flacco? Yes. Is Dak Prescott better than an Eli Manning? Yes. Those are guys who won Super Bowls. We can go back and forth with Tom Brady. Tom Brady always played on a team with a defense. Bill Belichick is always a defensive-minded person. On top of that, his first 3 Super Bowls, you can give all of the glory to the kicker. So what I'm saying is that get this defense together. Let Dak Prescott continue to be Dak Prescott. He's not going to be the guy to throw you 5 or 6 interceptions. He's going to take good care of the ball. And now, instead of a vertical offense, dare I say, he's going to be in some type of mixed offense as it relates to West Coast philosophy and some Kellen Moore philosophy. And I think that this will be better suited for the quarterback. On top of the fact that you got Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, and dare I say, Tony Pollard. Let me know how you guys feel. Shout out to Randy Gregory for being reinstated to the league. Well, put in his paperwork to being reinstated. And hopefully now he can get on the right path. And all of the stuff that we've been talking bad about him is now swept under the rug. Brandon Young says Dak isn't the problem. Special team defense, yes. Ranked bottom half of ranked bottom half of the special team is a problem, and ranked in the middle half of the defense as relates to just total defense is a problem. Especially ranked 25th, 26th in takeaways is a major problem as it relates to defense. That's all the time that I have for this wonderful day. I really appreciate you all. Give me your feedbacks, your thoughts. Give me your concerns about this team heading into the 2020 season. And also give me your prediction of who the Cowboys going to draft. Defense, offense. Let me know. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And thank those who put the questions out there. I'll try to hang around and answer some questions when this stream is over with. And shout out to the Facebook game. Shout out to the Instagram. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Ray Lewis. Shout out to Dez. They better pay Amari Cooper, though. Y'all better pay Amari Cooper. Yes, have a great weekend. Yes, shout out to you, Ernesto. Appreciate you.